Hi everybody, this is Dennis Braxton, and hi classmates. This is my video on the three world presentation. Starting off with the literary world point of view, the historical world point of view, and the contemporary world point of view. And I want to talk about Matthew. First thing I want to talk about is Matthew 18, 1 to 5. And the literary world point of view is just that Jesus was talking about how the little children and being like a little child, you can enter the kingdom of heaven. And this has happened because of the apostles asking who was the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And the historical point of view of that is that Jesus was letting the apostles know that you had to be a particular type of person. And the children at the time were at the lowest level of society. They were humble, they were meek, they were subordinate to the society. And Jesus was letting people know that that's how you had to behave in the sense of going into the kingdom of heaven. And the contemporary point of view is I understand that Jesus desires us to be humble and to be a servant to one another, and without complaints, without arguments, and to not seek rewards. And that is Matthew 18 to Matthew 18, 1 through 5. Matthew 18, 6 and 7, the literary view is that he talked about the stumbling block of the little children, belief, and that you don't want to be a stumbling block for the little children's belief. He talked about woe is the one who brings about a stumbling block, because he said that these stumbling blocks will occur. The historical point of view, he talked about the punishment. Would you rather be thrown into the sea with a millstone? A millstone was a huge rock that they used as an anchor, and you would rather have that happen to you instead of stumbling the children into the kingdom of heaven. And the contemporary point of view is that what he wants us is be careful not to cause each other to stumble, and to lift each other up and to help each other. And that was Matthew 18, 6 through 7. Matthew 18, 10 to 11, the literary point of view, Jesus is talking about the children again, and despise anyone who despises the children and are negative against the children, that he said that the children has angels, and these angels have the special attention of our Heavenly Father. The historical point of view of that is that the Jews at the time believed that the cities and the people had their own angel, their own special angel that was with them. And he wanted the people to know that the children had their angels, and our Heavenly Father paid close attention to the children's angels, and so any information and that type of it is being truly understood. The contemporary point of view of that for Matthew 10 and 11 is that Jesus just doesn't want us to look down on one another with hatred, and that he wants us to be kind and be nice, because hatred and looking down on one another is contrary to God and the nature of God. We have Matthew 18, 15 through 20, and we have a literary point of view. Jesus was talking about the members of the church and how the members of the church, how do you handle a member of the church who have done bad things and it's faltered. And historical point of view, he said to be kind to him by stating that you should be kind and you should forgive him 7 times 70. Now, back in those times, it was very hard to do. There wasn't a lot of people who can do complex multiplication. So he was just basically telling them to be infinitely kind and totally be consistent and just keep forgiving him. And that's what was very important and what he was sharing. And the contemporary point of view, Jesus is saying to everyone to understand that address people issues with someone in the church, you have to do it with kindness and do it gentle and with love, and just keep doing it. And that's what Jesus is trying to say. And the last that I want to talk about is Matthew 18, 21 to 35. And Jesus' literary point of view is he was talking about forgiveness, and he used the parable of the king forgiving the servant, and then the servant not forgiving his fellow servant. And historical point of view is the Dion was a type of coin, or certain like dollars, like money. And the one servant owed the king 10,000 dions, which 100 dions was like 3 months of wages. And the king forgave this servant, this slave. But the same slave, someone owed him 100 dions, and he wasn't able to forgive that person, that particular debt. And that's very devastating. You've already been forgiven a huge debt, and then now you won't forgive another person's debt. And the historical point of view is to let the people know how significant it is to forgive. And the thing Jesus wanted to say in a contemporary point of view is if you don't have it in your heart to forgive and forget, then whatever you do here, you won't do in heaven. So the reality is understanding that if you don't forgive here, you won't be forgiven in heaven if you don't have it in your heart to forgive. So those are the three world presentations for Matthew 1:5, Matthew 18:1-5, Matthew 18:6 and 7, Matthew 18:10 and 11, and Matthew 18:15 and 20, and Matthew 18:21 and 35. So I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video next time. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.